Hold up, hold up, hold up. We them boys. We them LeBron James boys. We making noise. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Man, we got blew out the stadium by the Boston Celtics. Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Chrissy Dom 1, and I'm back with another video. Rate, comment, subscribe. If you're old or new to my channel, just hit that notification bell so you'll know when my next video or live stream goes down. We got all that stuff out of the way. Let's talk about yesterday's game, the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics. I predicted the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Boston Celtics were going to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. You guys should check me out on Twitter. I'm going to start being a little bit more active on Twitter. I'm going to be doing polls and things of that nature. But I remember talking about this, not necessarily on Twitter, how the the Boston Celtics were going to win Game 1. And a lot of it has to do with how to best defend LeBron James. LeBron James is the greatest NBA athlete ever. All right. Michael Jordan couldn't touch him athletically, but the one flaw, if you want to call it a flaw, about LeBron James is his strength is also his weakness. He's a locomotive. He'll go down the court speeding for a dunk. But LeBron James is aggressive in attacking the basket. But LeBron James is also thinking mentally, what's the best play? Go take the ball to the hole, or get the defenders to crowd up on me and I can just throw the pass to somebody else so someone else can make the shot. That's the best way to defend that is to block those lanes to the basket, and also somehow, some way block his vision and block the passing lanes as well. And that's what the Boston Celtics did. The Boston Celtics, and I feel like this series is gonna go long. I don't think this is gonna be a sweep. I don't even think it's gonna be a 5-game series. I don't even think that. The one advantage the Boston Celtics have that the Toronto Raptors didn't have is enough bodies to defend LeBron James. Now, there's no one on the Boston Celtics that can say, I can clamp down on LeBron James for the whole game. You're going to have to throw multiple bodies at LeBron James, like Morris. I forgot the other young kid. Tatum, Jaylen Brown. You're going to have to throw bodies at LeBron James. And the Boston Celtics, they have 5 to 6 guys that can stay in front of LeBron James because they're also athletic enough and lengthy enough to cover the floor. There was a couple of times where LeBron James tried to back down Tatum because he was, because of course, LeBron James is smart enough to know that if Tatum is matching up with LeBron James has a size matchup on Tatum. So he'll try to back him down to the basket, and every time LeBron James tries to establish this, Tatum will come around and try to strip the ball from him. And part of that is Tatum, but the other part of it is LeBron James' low post game is not where it's supposed to be. When Pat Riley was trying to implement LeBron James to work hard in the summer on his low post game, even though he went to Akeem Olajuwon, when he left that camp, LeBron James didn't want to do that. He felt like his best strength is the three-point game. Which LeBron James is accustomed to. When something works, he just goes to that on a consistent basis. And that's why now he's shying away from the three, and now he's trying to do these fadeaways, and you know, they're going in, but he's trying to set himself up to do that in this series, and I don't think you're going to be able to do that on a consistent basis, like you did with the Toronto Raptors. I think clearly LeBron James is going to have to change up his style, so to say, when you're talking about the Boston Celtics. I feel like LeBron James is going to have to make better decisions before he gets to the half court, before he makes it to half court. He has to, if he wants to be a passive, aggressive type of player, he's going to have to start setting the ball in motion before he gets to before he goes halfway to the court. Otherwise, if he goes to try to start setting up a play when he takes it to the other side, not only he's losing seconds in that trying to establish a play, but the other players are not effective. All right, I think they need to start Rodney Hood. I think Rodney Hood should be shooting the ball early and often, to where the Boston Celtics have to think about Rodney Hood and LeBron James. And when the Boston Celtics start thinking about other players other than LeBron James, the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be more successful. But clearly, the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to have another scorer on the court. It just can't be LeBron James. I feel like this series is going to be a problem for Larry Nance Jr., Jordan Clarkson, Green. I think these guys are going to be ineffective. Kyle Korver, you know, particularly Kyle Korver, because he's the type of player that when he's hot, but you got to get him hot. And in order to get him hot, you got to start establishing the play. You got to start establishing the play earlier than waiting until you take the ball down court. Then you try to set up your play. And when the Cleveland Cavaliers are doing that, that's an advantage of Boston Celtics, because they're younger, athletic, and lengthy to handle that situation. And that's what's going on with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, LeBron James said some, you know, people are astonished about LeBron James' memory of the game. Oh, wow, how did he remember all that? Well, hell, I can remember all that when at halftime it was 60-35. 60-35. So of course LeBron James can remember all these plays, because when you look at his work that game, I mean that whole entire game, he only scored 15 points. So yeah, I don't understand the shock value of, oh man, LeBron James got incredible muscle memory. He can remember the last play of the game. He can break it down. And that's clearly LeBron James' way of you know, trying to do one over Kobe Bryant, because Kobe Bryant got a show on ESPN Plus called Details, and he was explaining how to best defend LeBron James. And it's no secret how to defend LeBron James, because if you block his lanes as far as attacking the basket, and you know subconsciously he's thinking about trying to make the right play and the right decision, and you know he's also trying to bait the other defenders to defend him when he gets close to the basket. That way he can just dish it out. Well, if you're a smart coach like Brad Stevenson, if you're smart players like Al Horford, you know, Tatum, Brown, and the list goes on and on and on, you can defend that. Okay, so LeBron James, if he wants to win game 2, and I think game 2 is very important for the Cleveland Cavaliers to win. If the Cleveland Cavaliers lose game 2, then the pressure is going to be on LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And when you start creating pressure on the other team, then they're going to be doing stuff that they typically don't do. Okay, when you push their backs up against the wall, that's when you when you get the Cleveland Cavaliers sweating, and the Cleveland Cavaliers haven't been sweating, in the Toronto series. I think the Pacers sweated them the most. But if they lose the game, and then LeBron James say something ridiculous talking about, oh well, I always typically lose game one. If you look at LeBron James' playoff resume, LeBron James typically don't lose game one. I don't know why LeBron James is pushing that narrative. Probably because just in this year alone, when you're talking about the playoff series, they've been accustomed to losing game one. I think they lost a couple of game ones last year when they had Kyrie Irving. And I think LeBron James is thinking, well, I got to think of somehow, some way how to deflect how we're losing so many game ones, right? But if they lose, I feel like the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to win game two. But if they lose game two, then the pressure is on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't think there's no pressure on the Cleveland Cavaliers right now. Not right now. But I still think that if somehow, some way they lose game two, then that's when the pressure starts building. Okay? But with that being said, we're all going to have to wait and see. We're all going to have to wait and be witness. I think, to me, if you're asking me, they're going to even it up. But I still think if they even it up, it's going to have to be on the other players, how they're contributing on the offensive end. It's not going to be because LeBron James is going to score 45 points. He's going to almost go for a triple-double. It's not going to be that way, because I don't think it's that simple because of the game plan the Cleveland Cavaliers have on LeBron James. It's too late for LeBron James to incorporate other aspects to his game. He really needs now more than ever to create his low post game. Michael Jordan perfected this when he was 33. When he clearly wasn't as nimble and athletic to just simply attack the basket and just sky over the opponent. He's going to have to perfect that. He's also going to have to be a better mid-range jumper and lay off on the threes. I think if you start playing this game of who can shoot the most threes, I think this is going to carry over into the next series, the finals, when you have to play Golden State Warriors. You're going to apply so much confidence in your other members like J.R. Smith. They're going to say, oh man, if we were shooting threes like this with the Boston Celtics, then it's light work when you compare to the Golden State Warriors. I think you'll be playing within Golden State's hand if you use that analogy. But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don One, and I am out. Deuces.